Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some more multiplayer racing. For this particular session, we are driving B-Class cars from the Rare Classics category. And I've had an idea. Whether it's an idea that's going to work or not, I'm not particularly sure. I have possibly the oldest car here. There's a Bentley 8 litre involved, and that is around a similar... Don't know the exact age. Anyway, I've got the Mercedes SSK. The plan with this was simple. Put it on all-wheel drive, put it on off-road race tyres, all-wheel drive, put a modern engine in it, and it should be quite good. I've got 440 horsepower while on off-road race tyres, which isn't too shabby. All-wheel drive should make it good off-road, in theory. It's the big downside for the car. I say it's heavy. It's not crazy. Well, I think about £3,500, £3,700, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly, actually. But of course, a lot of the other cars we're going up against, it's a tiny Porsche, a tiny Toyota, relatively like Jag and Mercedes is, and a tiny Ferrari. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of theories for building these cars in this category. I certainly don't have the off the line of the Bentley. I think I have better aerodynamics than the Bentley, potentially. But we will have to wait and see, really. So, the off-road race tyres aren't the best on tarmac, but in B-Class you're not going to get great tyres. So I think a lot of cars are likely to be on compounds, potentially even worse than this. Downside for both me and the Bentley is that we have very, very aero-limited top speeds, but I don't think many circuits that's really going to come into play in B-Class particularly. In fact, many of the circuits which won't come into play full stop. So, I have not got the pace of that Bentley. Yeah, I cannot match that at the moment. God knows. I mean, it has got more power than me. Oh, so the hope was it was going to be less controllable than me, but that does not seem to be the case. The other Mercedes has come past. Now, it might be a case of we might be better than it on the dirt, for example. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out. But certainly that thing has shot off to the lead of the race here, and we are not catching it. It is Mercedes versus Mercedes here. Can we? No, not make that work. No grip to try that one. It was... Yeah, I had to give it a go, I think. The other works having issues. So, the three really old cars in this are the three leading the way. We're actually dropping the rest of the pack at the moment. The other Mercedes got itself into trouble through there. We've had a good exit. We are to the inside, and we are going to make a pass stick down here. I mean, we had got the pass done mostly before the corner, although we're going to slide all the way through the turn. I got tiny tyres, 195s on this. It's as big as they get, really, on the Mercedes. Whereas Fanta goes to the outside towards turn 1. We're going to have to defend. I don't quite know where I need to brake for turn 1. The tree will help slow us down, apparently. Bentley's long gone in this one. We're not catching it. We are now actually starting to get caught by a Toyota. Fighting amongst ourselves was not helping matters. Who would have thought? We will be a little more cautious through here than we were last time around. And it will put us on a defensive line through there. They had a go, got alongside, but we'll have no speed on the exit. I think we're quite similarly built cars, to be honest. I mean, visually, I have the roll cage. That's the only real difference. I've got to give space, though, because that car is alongside. They're trying to do what we did. It's not quite got it. It's not quite stayed far enough alongside through that. We are starting to hold up a little bit of a train at the moment. That's a bit of a sketchy moment down there. Oh, no, that's all wrong through there. Big oversteer moment for me. Yeah, if things go wrong for us, we are sliding about. The Toyota thinks about going to the inside, but it's too wide, and you're just never going to be able to make that one stick. Vante gets a cutback, but is on then a really horrible line. I'm giving space to the car there, and we run out of grip. Toyota's trying to sneak past, but the two Mercs are wide. The two Mercs are difficult to pass. That would seem to be the case. I would like less sliding. Less sliding would be really good for us. We're going to lose the place here for sure. Yeah, we were too defensive on the way in. Toyota is to our outside now. Although, does the Toyota have the grip to make that one work? No, not quite. We're quite good through that corner there. We're quite good. We've got a good line through all of that. One more lap to go in the epic battle for second place here. Ollie's having a very lonely race up at the front, and we're having a lot of fun back here. Less fun for me. Big slide. The 2000 GT will get alongside. Yeah, I just do not have the grip in this. It just wants to let go all the bloody time, which is... I feel like the car's relatively quick, but yeah, I am struggling to keep it in check. That's just how it goes sometimes. It does look like Vante's having a similar kind of issue as well. We've just had a bad couple of laps here. The harder you push... I say that, actually, they've just got massive sliding as well going on. Like, the harder you push it, the worse it gets. Don't hit the wall because you're going to lose momentum on the exit. Toyota can get sent the long way round here. It's just not quite got the acceleration to get past us on the run into that corner. We've been quite defensive through there, which isn't great, and now I'm going to have to be mindful. I mean, this bit of the circuit is difficult to pass on, but we've got in lots of trouble through there so far this race. That time around, much better for us. There's a little tap on the brakes for me through. There's actually a good run through that section on the final lap. That was much more like it. Oh, if I could have calmed it down a bit sooner, we might not have lost second. Yeah, it's slidey, it's tough to drive, it's tough to race. Nobody had an answer for the Bentley. We were all... Tell you what, the battle for second was fantastic, with a bunch of us within a few tenths of a second, really. And then the Bentley was nearly 2 seconds down the road. A lap we're talking here as well. Oh dear indeed. Hey, we had an entertaining fight, that's for sure. We head to the Caldera Scramble for our next race. A very different, we're a long way back, but a very different circuit to our first track, although Bentley's on off-road race tyres. With the launch it's got to be all-wheel drive, so I don't think anyone here is going to have an answer for the Bentley, really. It's probably going to go to the scrap for second. Now, this will vary depending on what tyres cars are on. Me and the other SSK were both on off-road race as well, so we're likely to continue our squabble. I don't know what other cars are, though, because if I was building one of these vehicles for a B-class race and I was going to be on tarmac, off-road race is not what I would be running. So I don't know whether some people might have sacrificed the off-road races to make a good car on tarmac, and then if they did, they would have been very disappointed to see the 3 off-road race tyre cars at the front on the tarmac. Admittedly, we were defending quite heavily by the end of it. But yeah, we will see. We will see how this all pans out. Porsche has the advantage of being rear-engined. You get some very good traction from that, and there were no rules about driveline swaps or engine swaps with this one. So yeah, we may well have some all-wheel drive cars, some crazy stuff going around here. So we will see how it all pans out. It does look like we've got a Merc up in second that's giving a good fight to that Bentley, so it might not be quite as straightforward for the 8-litre here. We chuck it through turn 1. Oh, and I mean, it was a mad bit of a corner there. The Ferrari's going to lose out to the other Merc. We're trying to sneak a pass underneath anywhere if we can. There's half a chance through that bit, but it's not quite going to work. No, we're going to be stuck following the Ferrari for another couple of corners, really. Oh no, that's turned in a bit too soon. We managed to get away with understeering almost towards the checkpoint. The Merc's gone wide up ahead. This is a battle for third place. The Gullwing is just a little bit clear in second at the moment. The Ferrari struggles for straight line speed. It's going to be lighter than us, but will be down on power. I did check actually before we started this race. My car's £3,100, which is not too bad considering what it is. Yeah, that's not too terrible. We might have the momentum here to make that pass stick on the Dino. We do, and that will move us up into 4th place. Can we chase down our fellow Mercedes? That is the real question. The Bentley not as dominant here as it was at the first track. It's definitely not quite as quick, although still don't think anyone's really got an answer for it, but it's not 2 seconds a lap quicker than us. It's probably only half a second to 3/4 of a second. It's about to become a very big Mercedes battle for the podium spots, and one of us is going to miss out. I don't want it to be me, but I don't. It might be at the moment. It looks like Vante's to the outside. And that was the pass that we did on the Dino. We made it work, and they couldn't quite. The Gullwing's a little faster through this section. Polo was able to hold off through there. And the more they fight like that, that's better for me. I want them to fight like that because it gives me a chance of getting involved in it. Although I don't think we're quite as good. Of the two SSKs, I think it's close between us, but I think we're slightly worse off. Although we're quite good. This section here is where we do seem to be a smidge better than the cars ahead. We can gain a bit. It's not much though. And Vante's to the inside. Outside's not the worst place to be at turn 1. Never mind. It's a good cutback from the Gullwing. I'm hoping it's slow on the climb because we can use the 400 horsepower straight 6 up here. Oh, and the Gullwings run wide and hit the wall. Can I sneak a podium? And it really would be a steal of a podium in the dying stages of this race. We're not going to get a pass through here. No, we're not quite got it. Unless the Gullwing makes a mistake through this section. We are not quite close enough, unfortunately. Car's quick. We were closing rapidly. We needed another lap. It's not to be. We'll cross the line in 4th. The Dino basically followed us. After we passed, it just followed us the rest of the race. Another fun battle. Another fun battle. Yeah, I didn't quite have the pay. I mean, again, it's pretty damn close. Bentley was a bit faster, not by as much. Certainly the other SSK was going pretty well, but there's quite a lot of us in the low 47s. What more could you ask for, really? You want a nice close race. Yeah. In the end, couldn't quite sneak it on the podium. Needed a little bit longer, but was certainly a good race, a good battle along the way. We head to the Chihuahua Circuit for our next race. We are a fair way back on the grid. This is the Bentley. Oh, the other Mercedes is at the front. I think we're going to be... I think we're going to be there or thereabouts fighting on the podium. I suspect we might struggle a bit more here than we do on the dirt tracks. Because I don't know if we've quite got the grip. But we can try our best. We are going to get a good launch. We're going to get a good launch, and against some of the rear-wheel drive cars, you know, we might be able to make up some places early on. We're quite a long way back, though. And this track, I mean, this is an all-handling circuit, Chihuahua Circuit. Could this be somewhere where the Bentley comes undone? Maybe. It might, even that might struggle, because it won't really be able to use its power anywhere. The Jardines Circuit is pretty handling focused. But this is even more so, I would say. Oh, we're surrounded by a lot of smaller and lighter cars here. Can we sneak a pass to the inside? We do. There's a Toyota going through the middle. That is not an easy gap to find. The one thing that we do have going for us, at least, is I can jump on the power. And we will have some acceleration on these other cars by the time we get to the exit there, which is helpful. Oh, don't get that corner wrong. That was a little dicey, but all is fine. Oh, there is a Mercedes touring the picnic area. Right, we're caught at the back of a Jag. There is a Toyota, which I did not realise was there. I apologise for the chop across the nose. I was actually getting ready to try and make a pass on the E-Type, not realising there was a Toyota actually drawing alongside as well there. Thankfully, we didn't actually make any contact. The E-Types hit the wall. The Toyota will pass us down here, I should think. No, we're going to have a very big lift. That is going to put me in all sorts of wonky places all the way through here. Yep. The Toyota's trying to get to the inside. We're just trying to, I say, stay alive, essentially, at the moment. Can we have a look to the inside at the hairpin? I mean, it's not. I'm almost not too fussed about getting the pass. I'm not fussed about getting the pass in the braking zone, right? I know we're not really going to be making that one work. It's about getting the pass in the acceleration zone, but we're not. That's not going to work either. No, poor Toyota has not had a good time being stuck behind an acceleration Mercedes. I don't think that 2000 GT is quicker than we are over the course of the lap, but it has had the misfortune of being stuck behind the car that does out-accelerate it out of these corners. So you've got to do the path the difficult way, and then if we make a little mistake or we get stuck fighting an E-Type, for example, yeah, things go a little bit awry. I've got to lose way more speed through there than that if we're going to make that corner. I mean, it's not quite as bad as the lap before. The Mercedes ahead seems to be really struggling here. So that car was very quick on the dirt, but it is really not having a good time out here. And as we head up towards the hairpin, it is side by side for me and the Toyota. We defend heavily through there. I mean, that's a good line through that through that section. It's a good defensive line. It's an annoying line for the 2000 GT to deal with, and I think it might have missed a checkpoint actually. Because yeah, we got to park it on the apex. We stop that cutback from being able to take place, and yeah, that is that. Okay, so the Gullwing behind has just got no straight line speed at all. It's got none of it. It's got quite good handling, but even around this circuit, it's too slow down a straight, which is saying something. We're too erratic. This car is just not. It's not really good enough in the corners. I don't know what I could make. The one thing I could have done differently is maybe. Well, I mean, if I'd known what I'd be up against, I would have maybe gone less power and more weight reduction, in the hope of, in the hope of being able to counter. Like we can't beat the Bentley in a straight line, or you know, so maybe counter it with much better handling. As it is, with slower, considerably slower in the straight and not that much better in the corners. And against these cars here, just Gullwing wanted to have a look. Wasn't quite sure if it was going to be far enough alongside. Yeah, I've just not quite got pace here. It's frustrating. I can see what looks like a very good fun battle up ahead that I would like to be a part of for the podium, but we do not have the pace to be taking part. Even with them kind of fighting one another, we are way too far back. I mean, we might have a better final lap here if we can keep it all together. It's actually been quite a good start to this one. We've made the most of my car's strength, so they are having a massive argument up ahead. I mean, that is definitely good news for me. Yep, keep bumping doors. You needed to really do that the lap before. They have saved all the shenanigans right for the end, where we are not quite going to be able to catch them. We have had a very good final lap as well, which is always nice. Oh, there's some sliding from the Porsche. We are going to sneak our way up to 5th at the death through there. We were having a good lap. I finally figured out how to drive the car. The final lap, bit too late really. We stole a 5th in all of that. I think the Jag thought it missed a checkpoint. Yeah, I finally figured out how to drive it right at the very end, and we got a bit of speed. It wasn't quite enough. It was close at the front. The Bentley is beaten, not for fastest lap, but it is beaten in all of that. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that Toyota was also very fast. It's just desperately unlucky. Cannot catch a break. It's just stuck behind my Mercedes far too often. But, oh, there we go. Yeah, sneaky and made the most of the opportunities at the end there. We head to the Mangrove Scramble for our next race. Not a bad spot on the grid for us here. This full, no, not full off-road circuit, I shouldn't say, sorry. There's a little bit of tarmac, but yeah, an off-road track. The back section of the circuit is quite fast on dirt. I mean, can anything really stop the Bentley? I doubt it. It's likely to be the Bentley that's going to win this. The two SSKs are probably going to be on the podium with our, I think, slightly better straight line speed. The 300 SL I don't think is going to be good enough down the longer straights. Yeah, we did not... Our build is not quite right on this car. It could definitely be faster, as we are witnessing. But I don't think it really matters when compared... See, I could never get an 8 litre to work. I've tried them a couple of times, and I can never get them to work. Never really like driving them either. So... God knows how Ollie's got that one so quick. I think they're going to the back for a more entertaining race because they're likely to just stomp their way away from the front, or some sort of controller issue, I don't know. Honestly, it's probably still going to catch us up in all of this. We will barrel into this corner, carry as much speed as I dare. I don't know why our car would be faster than the other Merc here, particularly, unless I'm much better at this circuit, but I don't really know this track very well. I like it, it's a fun circuit, but I don't know it very well, so I'm not expecting my driving to be better. So unless my car has some weird innate traits that are better, I doubt it's going to work. Oh, that was so close. That was so close to missing a checkpoint. That was a big slide for the car ahead as well. We're all playing it very risky through that section. I think it's definitely a trait of these Mercs. They are quite slidey. Let's face it, this is a very old car, and sure, we have it on the off-road race tyres. They're not bad, all things considered, but they are very skinny. I mean, they're hardly the grippiest tyres in the world, so you're going to see these Mercedes sliding around. In fact, currently it's Mercedes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 5, maybe? Is 5 a golden? Can't remember. But, yeah, there's a Dino up there ruining the party, although it's not going to be long until the Bentley's back into all of this. Oh, that was a bump and a half. We got chucked all over the place. I will run that. You try and run through the narrowest part of the water through there, carry as much speed as you can. Ooh, I wanted to minimise... No, that's not worked. Wanted to minimise the amount of steering lock I used through there because I was trying to prevent too much oversteer, but I didn't get it right. Yeah, this is just that I'm not fast enough to catch the leader, and the harder I push, the more mistakes we make, the more likely I am to lose big chunks of time. So it's going to be a kind of, not quite a cruise to second, but more of just a, let's do some chill laps and yeah, keep hold of the second, don't do anything stupid, because we know the Bentley's already back up to third again. That could well march up towards us in the remaining couple of laps. I think we might be far enough away that that's too bigger a gap to overcome. Goes to show just how fast that car is. Yeah, unfortunately, this is looking like a little bit of a no man's land race for me. We definitely can't catch the leader barring big mistakes. Oh. And those big mistakes are more likely to come from me than anything here. Because yeah, we don't have the pace anywhere on the other Mercedes, as far as I can tell at least. We bounces around a little bit through there. It's not bad to drive this car. I say it's not bad to drive. Yeah, it's a bit slidey, but it's a very old car. It's kind of going to be like, I expect that from it. Otherwise, it's not that badly behaved, really. It's just not fast enough. That is the way it goes sometimes. The Bentley's not really gained too much that time around. I'm sure it is gaining, but it's not too much. Not put me under huge amounts of pressure. That's going to be getting a little bit dicey through there. We will slow. No, I need to get the power sooner. Actually, on the exit there. That is a tight corner, but you can make the most of the exit there. You've got quite a lot of space on the exit to jump on the power sooner, which I am currently not doing as we head towards the water section once more. Yeah, leader is probably about a second a lap quicker than me, I should think, around here, judging by the gap that's going on there. We will again get through the water. The Bentley's closing, but it is definitely not going to be enough. This has been a very lonely race for all of us at the front. really. It's just kind of all spread out. I did say this is what we were likely to see here as we were going into it. Caldera Circuit, some of the cars that were quick there just do not have the straight line speed to work at a track like this one, and sure enough, they have not been able to have an answer to any of the really old machines. You know, the Bentley's caught a bit, but honestly, this feels like the track where we've been faster in comparison to that Bentley. It doesn't feel like it was as bigger a gap as some of the previous circuits we were racing around. We'll see the lap times, that'll tell the truth. Yeah, I mean, it was about, that was the closest the Mercs have got. I couldn't, yeah, I got it pretty much spot on. We were about a second lap down on the leader. The Bentley was faster, but only a few tenths faster than the leader that time around. So, yeah, that track was better for the Mercedes, not by much. But, yeah, that was quite a lonely race. It does happen sometimes. But yeah, not much going on there. For our final race, we head to the Bola Ocho Circuit. I'm probably not going to be great here. It's not. The all-wheel drive traction in a couple of places will be good against any of the two-wheel drive cars, but other than that, I've not really got much going for me here. We're going to struggle with grip in some of these corners, as it seems to have been the way it's gone. Power up the hills. Power up the hills, what we've got, essentially. If I can get a good start, we can get a clean getaway. We could be a very big nuisance, essentially, which indeed we do make a good start. Yeah, we could be an awkward car to overtake. I think ultimately we're not going to be grippy enough in the corners, and the Bentley's just faster than us at about everywhere. So even if, well, I'd say that will catch us, and we cannot hold the Toyota, or we might hold the Toyota off before Ghost Mode ends, because it ran wide. It really did not want to end up behind me through that. We might end up annoying the Toyota again. Can we outrun the Porsche up the hill? That's the question here. In theory, yes. In theory, we should be able to, although the Porsche is very light. It gets street furniture. That's why I was going for that wider line, actually, through there. And we are to the front of the race. The other Mercedes is there looking around the outside at the final corner, ran too wide, plonked the wall. Okay, you lot fight. I am going to run away now and just keep myself to myself. That's the goal here. That is pretty much the goal, and when they inevitably catch, we will have to go into full defensive mode. It's going to be full defensive mode for basically the entire race. Okay, so the weakness of the Bentley is that it is a bit of a barge through these corners. I mean, it is, I think, about 500-600 pounds heavier than we are. It has got bigger tyres, slightly, and more power. We have not been great through these. So the really twisty stuff, we might be able to give the Bentley some trouble, and we're going to send it a long way around here. So we are just park it on the apex to make life difficult for it. It's not going to matter. We're going to... Nope, I'm not giving you the inside. We have got to be full defensive, and driving like this, I cannot make a mistake. There cannot be one mistake, one slightly missed braking point, and we're not talking by much, one inside left open, and the Bentley will be past in this one. It's that much quicker than we are. Oh, like here, for example, that running wide moment could, it was a tiniest of running wide moments, but it could have got us in trouble. The thing that helps me now is there are more cars involved. The other SSKs join in, and that slid into the Bentley. That is what we want. That is going to maybe save us here. Oh, yeah, we are very clearly not the fastest car here, but they're fighting. They're scrapping over second, and they've all lost some ground. The Porsche is getting back involved again through here, and we have got a little bit of a reprieve. Again, this is another. I cannot afford any errors at all through here. I'm desperately trying to make as much lap time as I can while they're scrapping, because I know if I don't, we're going to be vulnerable. We're going to be vulnerable on the final lap to someone, I suspect. Come on, Merc. Get the power down. I am taking a defensive line through a lot of this track, which is not helping me lap speed. Oh, this is bad. That slide might have cost me big time here. The Bentley is going to get sent the long way round. We're parking it on the apex, which is I'm absolutely within my rights to do. Oh, the Bentley's got an overlap. There's a building. I did leave space, I think. I left enough space for the Bentley. So I tried to get across it in before. I tried to get across it in time out of the final corner, and when I realised it was alongside, I tried to pull away. Maybe I realised a little too late that it was alongside. May have been, of course, a little bit of that old Forza desync as well. But yeah, when I realised it was there, it had got the overlap and I couldn't cut it off. I did try and get back across, but it may have been a smidge too late on that one. It's a bit unfortunate for the Bentley. We're in the wrong gear all the way through that one as we head to the final corner. We will defend out of there. It has been a very heavily defensive race. I was spending more time looking backwards than I was forwards for that one. Slightly gutted with how it ended. Just didn't quite get across in time. I mean, our lap time's always going to be scuffed because we were defending the whole time. We weren't the best car by a long shot there, but we did have the spot on the grid and we did make it very difficult to get past. Yeah, it was basically an entire defensive race on that one. We got a victory. It was, yeah, not that's not the most happy with how it turned out. Yeah, I'd have to watch the footage back because things happened so quickly. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, I mean, my Mercedes was okay. It was okay. It was fun enough to drive. There were just better options out there, essentially. But we had some fun races along the way. Had some boring ones as well. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up and take part in the next one, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.